Hello everybody, I have a weird question for you guys today. I can't wait to hear how you guys are going to respond to that. So watch the intro and we will get into it. I want to know if you guys believe that electric motorcycles, if you consider them motorcycles or not. Now I know, yes, this is a very weird question and I have no idea why I would be asking such a crazy question like that while I'm riding an electric motorcycle. There is a reason for it, and I will explain it as soon as I get over this hill. No, I'm kidding. The reason that I'm asking this to you guys is because I'm curious if you guys consider electric motorcycles to be motorcycles or not. Even though they have the name in it that they are motorcycles, the fact that it has no shifting abilities and other things that are accustomed to motorcycles like exhaust, would you guys still classify a electric motorcycle as a motorcycle? Because you guys have electric scooters, and I mean, we know they're scooters, and nobody really, the whole two-wheel world doesn't really like scooters. I know that there are people out there that will, still respond and still wave when I'm riding by them on motorcycles, and one of the things that Mr. K noticed, which he thought was funny because on his 650 he doesn't get it, but on the Zero we do, which is that the more cruiser style riders are more likely to do the biker wave to you. This is kind of what brought up the discussion in my head. Do people consider electric motorcycles to be motorcycles or not? Me personally, I think I would define motorcycle is the way that it makes me feel. I want to go out there, I want to enjoy my ride, I want to watch the little koala bobble in the back of that car. That's a little bit off topic, I know, but it looks cute. Yes. She was just asking me if my bike was electric. My motorcycle. So for me, I believe that the whole feeling is what makes the difference. How you feel when you're riding a motorcycle. I get the same thrills and feelings on this bike as I have on my previous bike. In some cases, I get a little bit more, which is actually kind of neat. Now, a lot of people know that there's a higher chance out there that electric vehicles are going to be the new norm out there in all aspects. So for those people, the idea of an electric motorcycle that's great. Unfortunately, the cost is still a little bit up there right now. But, I mean, that's besides the point. Eventually, costs come down as manufacturing and everything gets to be cheaper. Is having a motorcycle that's all electric the same as having a gas vehicle? And in some cases it is, and in other cases it's not. Point being that this motorcycle has a lot less checkups that it needs than an electric. Than a gas-powered motorcycle, which is normal. Majority of EVs do have a tendency to need less work done on them because, well, they're electric. Now, the reason for that, of course, is the fact that there isn't all that combustion happening, so there is less things that need to be taken care of on an electric vehicle than it does on a gas-powered vehicle, which completely, utterly makes sense. I consider this to be a motorcycle. It does the same things as a motorcycle does. It just does it with electricity instead of gas. For me, I think is really neat. There's a lot of little factors, obviously, that are going to be similar or the same, which has a lot more to do with the whole riding. I mean, obviously, just because this is an EV bike doesn't mean that it's going to be magically good in cornering or in, let's say, rain, whatever other things that you would ride in yourself. Because everybody's riding style is different. But what I really like about this bike is the fact that it just is. It's so quiet, it's so nice, it's so peaceful. You get to concentrate more on the ride than you have to concentrate on what you're doing in the sense of the gearing and stuff like that. Do I miss that? Of course I miss that. I miss the sounds of the gears and, having to...
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's really cool. How far could you go on that?
About 116.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get the convenience of a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And so quiet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know, I had to put my window down. I was like, oh my god, I can't hear this. That is really cool. Is that brand new?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
just got it.
That's awesome. Well, enjoy and be safe.
Thank you. And of course, having an electric motorcycle, a lot of people are going to comment because, well, it's electric. And everybody's like, it's so quiet. Usually people don't stop me at the lights. They usually stop me like when I'm charging or stopped, and they're like looking at it going, wait, something doesn't seem right about that bike. But yeah, these are the things. These are the parts that people seem to accept it, but I don't know if these people are riders or not, or if they're just, think it's cool because technology is to this point. So this is kind of like one of those things that kind of brings it to the point in that sense, because there's people stopping me and stopping beside me and asking me questions, which is kind of cool. So as my thought process was going, it has to do with the feeling that I get from it and everything like that, which I know I've already said. And I think the fact that technology is getting ahead in the field of vehicles, I think is actually what makes this very interesting. And I think the fact that you actually get to call all these vehicles as they are, like EV motorcycles, EV cars, I think that all makes this an interesting journey. And I know that there's people that would go to, like, as an example, because I haven't done this with the motorcycle yet, so I can only say this with the car. You would go somewhere where there's a car meet happening and they see an electric vehicle, electric car, and they don't consider that to be the same part. And normally this is because either people don't understand it, or they don't like what it's doing to the regular industry, in the sense of it takes away from the stuff that's already happening in the motorized vehicles, and they're not getting the same opportunities of growth in these vehicles in the gas side as that they were getting in the as they are now in the electric side. I'm really curious to hear the comments on this. I don't think that I rambled too much. I don't think I repeated myself too much. I hope not anyways. I really do love the fact that people are more and more interested in these vehicles now than they were, let's say, 5 years ago, 2 years ago. There is more of an interest now than there was before, which makes this really, really neat to be involved in this time. To me, it kind of reminds me of when the smartphones started coming out. Everybody's like, why would you need that? And pretty much everybody now has a smartphone. So I don't know why they needed it, but it took off. So I'm hoping that's the same thing that's going to happen with the electric vehicles, and by that happening with the electric vehicles, it will hopefully drive down the price, not make the price insane like it has with other technology in the past, because we want this to be affordable for everybody to be able to get on board. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as a phone if you think about it, because just like your phone, it gets over-the-air updates, which I haven't had yet. I'm looking forward to the first one. I will be hopefully recording that for you guys, because it's part of the journey and I want to take you guys along for the journey, because that's what makes this part of the fun. Bringing you guys along for the journey to see what it's like to be on a electric motorcycle. I mean, yeah, I had to take it in. I had to get some little things fixed on it, but what vehicle out there comes out of factory perfect? I don't know of many. The fact that it had a little problem, yeah, it was inconvenient. It wasn't the greatest, but it didn't ruin my experience with the vehicle, which is the main thing. Like I said, I appreciate this motorcycle as being a motorcycle. I still have to be as careful. Actually, technically, I have to be more careful because I'm not noisy. So if that old adage is true that loud pipes save lives, technically, I completely gone against that, so that means that I'm not protecting myself by having a loud exhaust system, which in turn means that I'm making myself actually more vulnerable by being so quiet. But at that same note, it's fun because I get to be quiet, which means I get to go in incognito mode, which means I get to be quiet as a ninja, but not a Kawasaki ninja. Had to add that in there, sorry. Still love them though. I appreciate all vehicles. Each vehicle has something different to offer, and that's part of it. It has to do with enjoying what each vehicle gives you, because not every vehicle is going to give what you want or what you need, but every vehicle gives something special that makes you either enjoy it more or appreciate it. And I think that's cool. I really do. So again, please guys, don't forget to tell me what your feelings are about electric motorcycles. And I hope that you enjoy the segments that we're doing about the electric motorcycle, because just like how it was when we started riding a motorcycle, the fact is we love the idea of taking you guys along for the ride. Basically, the beginning of our journey is riding motorcycle. The fact that we went out and did it, the fact that we got our motorcycle licenses, went out, riding like, ah, and here I am now. I've advanced to an EV motorcycle, which I had a feeling I would. I just didn't know when I would. Because with all that said, Teslas are a little bit of a spoiler when it comes to vehicles, so getting that opportunity to have an electric motorcycle that is just as cool as a Tesla. Yeah, it's missing a few little features, but just as cool as a Tesla. I think that's what makes this journey unique. So please guys, don't forget to ride safe when you guys are out there. Love, ride, and explore. And until the next video, ta-ta. Now that I don't hear that clacking, it's so much nicer to be on the ride. I'm not concerned. Why? Why is she clacking? Is it something that I did? Is it something that I haven't broken into properly? Do I need to be concerned? Nope, I don't. It's fixed. Nothing is going to harm it now. We know we have to be good because schools are kind of back in session now, so we don't want to go too fast in these areas in case there's somebody called a popo hiding in the corners watching for misbehaviors. EV motorcycles are cool, says me.